A week, that's all the Steiner brass gave her. 1 week to pack a life's worth of nothing into a single duffel bag. They sent a recruiter down to the Warrens, a guy in a blue uniform so clean it looked like it was made of light. He handed her a stack of papers and a data pad. I sat on the porch of number 4 and watched her parents crying. Not because they were sad, well they were, but because for the first time in 3 generations of our families, someone was getting out. The recruiter looked at me like I was a stain, something left over from the acid and rain. I filled out the forms, I'd taken the test, but I didn't have officer carved in my chest. He told me my scores in the pod were extreme, but my scholastic record was a bit of a dream. Ineligible, he said, with the flick of his hand, like I was just dust on a Steiner owned land. So I stood in the mud of the number 6 yard while Elena signed her name on the card. She came out that morning in a suit of deep blue, tailored and sharp and frighteningly new. It didn't have grease, it didn't have tears. It looked like the end of our Warren-born years. She looked at her hands and she looked at my face, feeling the weight of that high-born place. I tried to be funny, I tried to be light, said don't let the academy start a big fight. But the words felt like lead and they sank in the grime as the clock ran away with our very last time. Oh, it's the blue suit and the Warren-born mother, separation of the spirit and the blood. She's heading for glory, I'm staying for scrap, the only one left on this godforsaken map. Ah! Oh! Ah! Hey! Hey! The shuttle came down like a spear from the sky, burning the smog and making us cry. The wind from the thrusters nearly blew us away, turning the morning to a different gray. She hugged her mother, she hugged her old man, fulfilling the work that her spirit began. Then she turned to me and she grabbed my lapel, and for a second I thought, well, you never can tell. She whispered, I'll send for you, Mike, just you wait. But we both knew the hunger of a Steiner-sized gate. The ramp is shot with a mechanical moan, and suddenly I was standing alone. The engines roared out, a deafening sound lifting my heart right off of the ground. I watched the blue flicker, I watched the white trail as Elena set her high orbit sail. I looked at my boots all covered in silt, and I didn't feel anger and I didn't feel guilt. I just felt the silence of a street with no song, knowing that Elena was where she belonged. I walked back to our old place that afternoon. The sim pod felt like a coffin, for real. I sat in her seat, and I could still smell her perfume. You know, that cheap stuff she used to buy that smelled like lilacs and ozone? Yeah, I just sat there in the dark until some guy kicked me out. She was gone. And the Warrens felt twice as small as they did the day before.